Hey everybody, and welcome to the 8th episode of Season 1 for Arrow, Vendetta. The second half of what we had last time with Helena Bertinelli. So regarding that, what was your initial impressions of this episode?
It wasn't what I expected, honestly.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Like, they built it up in the first half, and she was an interesting character. I thought they'd be able to do something really good with her. And I don't know. I don't know exactly what I expected, but it wasn't this.
Yeah, I don't know what I was remembering. I remember last episode when we were discussing it, knowing it was a two-parter, I remember thinking it gets better because I remember her becoming the Huntress and putting on the outfit.
They didn't even say the name.
I don't know when they do. Oh, who cares? Whatever. I remember that. But honestly, this episode, there's just so much not to like about this episode. There's two small things I really enjoyed about the episode, but the rest was needless drama with Helena, or needless drama with Tommy and Laurel, or all of the above.
And also, when it comes to Helena, I don't know if this is a bad thing, but Oliver is really optimistic in this episode, which is a little bit out of character for him, in the sense that he's trying to see the good in her and the potential to change, which, I don't know, he doesn't usually do that with people.
Especially not this early on. Normally, usually every other person he'll see in Season 1 is they're bad and they can't be changed and that's it. With the exception of when it comes down to family members and they think, okay, we can do things. But
yeah, true, she wasn't on the list.
But you're right. There's not other point I can think of where he does this, at least not this early on.
Yeah. But I suppose, like he said, he felt like the universe owes him one. Maybe, he feels like he needs a relationship in his life. Like most people would agree that having a partner in your life makes your life happier. So maybe with all the crap that he has to deal with in his life, he wants to have someone to go through it with him, and he thought that this could be the person because they do understand each other a lot in some ways.
Well, that's the thing I said last episode, is it reminds me of what happened with Sarah in Season 2.
Yeah.
But, that's the thing. At this point, Diggle is the only person who really knows Oliver, all sides of Oliver, or at least most sides of Oliver. It's a while before anyone else kind of joins in. I think it's not until, episode 13 that is the next person really joins in. And we know who that is.
Yeah.
But, that's the thing. I remember before rewatching it, I remember thinking, oh, this episode is good. Now rewatching it, it was worse than the first episode. There was so much drama, and it was just annoying.
Yeah.
And, the previous episode, I'm thinking, oh, this is where Tommy gets good. And then they could suddenly go back, and now he's just being annoying again.
Yeah, I'd give it as low as a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking, okay, it's going to be 6, maybe 6.5, but 6. I suppose we'll get to the 2 points I really did love, and they're small points, was A, I always enjoy seeing the Triad again, so seeing the Triad fight the Bertinellis was a fun scene.
Yeah, I guess.
Especially because I think from this point on we'll be seeing China White a bit more. And then Felicity had a lot to do in this episode. I forgot just how much Felicity does. When I remember Season 1, before she really gets important, all I remember is Felicity occasionally doing odd jobs for Oliver. I forgot about the whole side plot she has with Walter.
Yeah, and the thing I didn't like about Walter was, at first, he was like, no, forget about it, it's been resolved. But then he changes his mind completely back, and he's like, yeah, the last guy died, but I really want to find out about this.
Well, that was because in between those scenes, he did find the actual book within. Because remember, the first scene, although he says don't investigate it, she still gave him the paper with the symbol, which he thought was familiar. That's when he found the little book that Moira has. That's when he started to want to see more.
Yeah.
But then there's also the ending where, at least this time, he's upfront and honest about how dangerous this could be with Felicity, and Felicity's ready to go with it, which just sets up Felicity going
so now it's completely her choice. The first time, she didn't know what she was getting into. She didn't know that the other guy died.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It does start to set up what Felicity will be able to
Felicity Ranch.
what Felicity will be able to go into.
I gotta catch something at Felicity Ranch and call it Felicity.
But, no, okay, there was a good scene through all the annoying, crappy drama. There were two good things. The one side of the drama, the whole episode, like I said last episode, is just Diggle being right. That's the only thing he does. This episode and the previous episode.
Yeah, I know. This whole episode, that's what I was noticing.
Every scene that Diggle's in is just him being right. He doesn't do anything else in the episode.
And Oliver finally admits, yep, you were right about everything.
Yeah, and although most of the Helena scenes were annoying, I did like the training scene, both for comedic purposes, and it was one of the first times we've seen Oliver train somebody.
Yeah, it was funny for a moment when it was like, at one point he shot something when like she hadn't even thrown it yet. You could have hit her hand, just showing how much of a show-off he is. Okay,
there's a really annoying thing I've pointed out in this episode before, is he finds Helena a mask. Now, if you have paid attention, in season 2, somebody asks Oliver why he doesn't wear a mask, and he says he can't find a mask that would fit his face without falling off or slipping in the heat of battle. So how did he find her a mask?
He didn't care about her face as much.
But it clearly works! Why can't he find a mask for him? He found one for her.
You say it works, but when she confronted her father, she wasn't wearing it.
You know what?
Did she take it off or did it fall off?
You know what? You're probably right. I didn't think about that. But yeah, that's something I always thought about last time I watched this episode that really annoyed me, and I remembered it. Because, honestly, every time... I don't notice it when he's got his hood on, but there's a few times, like in this episode and the last episode, where he takes his hood off right after a scene, and it just shows how stupid it looks with the paint on his face.
Yeah, that's just so weird.
But we'll have to deal with that for the first season and a half. But... honestly, yeah, that was all the episode was. It was drama with Tommy wanting a job or not wanting a job, and then a relationship drama. Honestly, can they stop with the stupid Tommy and not Tommy and Phyllis. Tommy and Laurel. Again, did they do anything interesting?
I don't think Tommy will ever meet Felicity.
Does they have a scene? Anyway,
No.
That's the thing. The first few episodes, you were right. Laurel was good with the whole court scenes. I like when Laurel does court scenes, but when she's not in a court, she's boring and she's just there for drama.
I guess so.
She doesn't do anything in this episode except cause drama and being annoying. So does Tommy.
They're trying to have one of those will they, won't they plots.
Yeah, also, they're doing a will they, won't they in combination with a love triangle.
Yeah, it's like a worse version of season 1 of Flash with Iris, where she's with Eddie.
Oh, God. Yeah, well, I hate that too, but we'll get to that eventually. But...
one day.
But yeah, I really don't like it. Again, that should be at most a B or C plot. The action should be the forefront.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'd say the drama took up at least 60 to 70% of the episode. We had about, say, 10% of the episode being action, and maybe another 5% being Felicity stuff, which was actually a good scene.
Yeah.
But that's why like I said,
really interesting.
That's why it's only going to be a 6 for me.
Yeah, same.
It's... I think we gave it 6.5 last time.
I don't remember.
I think, yeah, it's like I said, this episode turned out...
Again, we agree completely.
We agree completely that this episode is worse than the first half made it seem to be.
Yeah, they were building it up. I thought it was going to get good.
I know! I thought this episode was going to be better, because I thought, oh, this is going to be stuff where everything gets exciting, but it was a reverse. Yeah. It was too much drama. That being said, and I hope I don't eat these words, I remember next episode being good. Next episode is episode 9, which traditionally in Arrow or a lot of CW shows is what's called the mid-season finale. So, yeah, we will see you next time for Year's End, the 9th episode.